Hey everyone, Eldrick here, and welcome back to our ninja playthrough of HellSign. So I went through a hunting mission, picked up about 3 signs, and I'm going to sell 2 of those to Redback. I'm not going to sell the cassette tape because that is going to be an item that we can use in Zoe's mission. She needs us to pick up 2 EVPs out of a hunting mission, so that was one of them that I found with our parabolic mic. Now you may also notice that I've been able to upgrade my gadgets. I have all the top tier gadgets right now. Still currently using our Straya and basically all the other equipment that we had gained so far. We're also a level 11, I believe. I think we ended the last video on level 7, maybe 8, I can't remember. But we're going to look at our skills here real quick and see if we can put any of these points to use. I'm leaning towards learning the SMG and shotgun skill and the attachment skill for that, so that we can buy some attachments for our SMG when we purchase it. Still not going to learn keen sight just yet, but that will be a skill that we will be investing in here in the near future. So let's go ahead and put a skill point into SMGs and sawed-offs. And we're also going to need to put a skill point into marksman in the future as well. We also need to start developing into the trapper skills as well, especially when we start facing the poltergeist. So let's go ahead and learn trapper. And we'll go ahead and head into this next hunting mission. While we're in this mission, we should be able to find at least one audio clue as an EVP that we can take back and trade with Zoe, so that we can complete that next quest of hers, and then we can continue on and sell it to Redback and gain a little bit of money. So this is one of the important points I think I brought up in an earlier video, is to try to use some of your gadgets before you even enter a house, especially on these hunting and later scouting missions, because you can sometimes get a reading before you even enter the house, and if a sign or a clue is not even on the outside of the house, it's more than likely going to be within like the first room or two when you enter the house. So just keep that in mind. And if you're having issues with trying to time your dodging just right when this floating furniture is trying to hit you, just try to dodge around the time when you hear like that metallic sound hitting a floor. That's about the time that you want to try to hit your space bar to dodge, or whatever button you have binded to your dodge key. Now sometimes I'm not perfect at doing that and I take damage, but you may luck out and still, you know, be able to dodge 1 or 2, maybe even all 3 of those floating furniture pieces that's coming at you. And also, while we're on that, when you're in the hunting missions, it's normally 3 pieces of furniture that is tossed at you. I think the advanced scouting missions it's 2, and in any of the earlier scouting missions or whatever other missions that there are, I think it's just 1. So just be prepared when you go into these hunting missions for 3 dodges. And look at this, we're getting lucky in this room. We have 2 signs in here. One's a valuable and one's fairly pricey as well, I believe. That's good enough. As soon as we go around this next corner here, we're gonna take damage from a wall tentacle monster. I don't really know what to say about these things other than just be prepared to maybe take some damage against those enemies, because sometimes you can't really react unless you spawn them and know where they're at. But just be on the lookout for those things when you hear that audio cue. And also with the thermal detector like that, be on the lookout for those little bitty dots like that, because sometimes those exist. It's not going to be a big old bright object laying there in the floor or on the wall or anything like that, so just keep that in mind and maybe try clicking on it once or twice if it looks out of place and discolored. And going back to the wall tentacle monsters, you can move further away from them to make them go back into the wall and move forward and shoot them that way. But sometimes they just catch you in those corners, or you know, when you go into a room and you're not really expecting them to be there, and they just pop out at you and stuff like that. So, but that is one way that you can take them out, is to back away and then cause them to spawn out and just shoot them that way. But anyway, we completed that quest for Zoe, and we can head back to the bar and give her those 2 EVPs, and she's going to give us some money and some XP for that. Not too bad on the cash part. And Redback is also going to give us a new job. It's going to be called a plot job, and it's going to mark on the mini-map for us when we exit the bar. And basically what we're going to have to do is go into a hunting type of mission and defeat all of the smaller minions or critters or whatever you want to call them. You basically don't have to take on the poltergeist, if you don't want to, that is. Okay, so we're just going to purchase a couple of full metal jackets for our 9mm. And we're getting closer to our goal of purchasing the H4L 21A SMG that we're going to be using for pretty much the remainder of the game, other than when we upgrade to the 21C SMG. We still are going to purchase the assault vest. Let's go ahead and grab these upgrades to our ninjutsu type boots and sell those. Now I do forget to equip these, so do not forget to go back to your safe house and equip them. And in the very near future we're going to be purchasing the paramedic's backpack. Again, I'm going to stress that this is probably not the best and safest or practical method of playing the game, but you can play as you choose. But I'm just gonna skip any of the medical type of healing items right now and just wait and save up and get the best possible healing accessory that we can. So we're gonna hop into another hunting mission here, and I'm gonna say we're going to confront a giant spider almost as soon as we go inside this house. And if you want to talk about a battle, try taking these things on when you have a pistol, and not even the higher tier type of pistol. and just be ready for a good old time trying to take these things on, because not only do you have to take on the giant spider, but you have to take on those giant spiders after they're dead with their spiderlings, and it's quite a fun time. I'll just say that much. So here I'm just switching between the gadgets, like I had said, before we even go inside the house, because there may be a chance that there may be a sign outside. And here we hear the sound of the giant spider coming out of the ceiling. Now, I know that the venom that they shoot can do some damage, but the things with the giant spiders that I've always found that I have to be weary about is their jump attack, because that can do some damage. And not only their jump attack, but you also have that that chance that they could jump through a doorway and open it and possibly spawn another creature that you may have to deal with. So their jump attack is quite deadly, and it's killed me quite a few times before. Thankfully it doesn't kill me here, but it's not so much the giant spider that gives me the headache here in this house, but it's the spiderlings, because they're just going all over the place, and I just make horrible, shots with my aim, and I just have crappy positioning. And then there's even one part where I go back down towards this door on the left, and for some reason my character tries to kick it open for whatever reason. So also be weary of when you're being attacked like that, like I was, stopping and trying to stim pack like that. If you're getting hit all over the place by, like, let's say a bunch of spiderlings, blood crawlers, or whatever enemy, you can get stun locked there, and you may not be able to get that stim pack off, and you'll just die. So just keep that in mind as well. So I'm just gonna chance it here. I don't have any healing items left in this house, but we're gonna try to pick up a sign or two before we leave. So that's what we're doing here. We actually found, I think, 3. We actually found a useless one there, so that's not gonna be too valuable when we go to sell it, but we're gonna find 1 or 2, I think, maybe 3, and then we managed to get those back to the bar and sell those off and get a little bit of cash and some experience out of this mission. So I'm just gonna let that play, and I'll see you guys back after we leave this house. So in all reality, I should have actually probably died to those spiderlings earlier on in the house, and I was getting a bad spawn there on that creature that spawned in that particular bedroom, and I couldn't actually get a good angle on it to shoot it through the doorway, and I was probably like 1, maybe 2 hits, maybe 2 from dying there, so we just left. So let's head to the bar, and we're gonna sell off those things that we had picked up in that particular house, and we get a little bit of cash. We get the bonus from the counterfeit skill, which is always nice. And if you haven't seen my video on why I love the counterfeit skill. You can check that out. I just posted it on January 2nd. So give that a look if you're on the fence about that particular skill, because I've found that it is a valuable time saver, especially when you get into like the mid game and it starts to turn into a little bit of a money grind when you're trying to outfit your character with different gear, upgrading your defensive equipment, trying to buy new weapons and whatnot. It can really come in handy, especially if you're getting the counterfeit skill activations on, you know, signs that can range anywhere from $200 to $700. You know, that money adds up quick, especially if you take in the time and the effort of going into another house and trying to find those types of signs. You know, you're making that cash, you know, like that. And it's pretty easy, you know. It's no extra effort on your part, and no chances of dying and wasting resources and your time or anything like that. So here, that tip I gave earlier about using your gadgets before you go into a house can pay off, because there we just found a thermal scan on that lawnmower. So I was getting a reading there. I was thinking maybe it's on the outside here, but it's actually inside of the house. So we're gonna go in here. We get confronted by the hands that come up out of the floor and stuff like that too, and we actually luck out, because where we position ourselves to get away from them, we're placed right beside where a EMF detector reading sign is located right there, and it was a valuable sign as well. So we got a little lucky on that one. Okay, so we're gonna search around the house a little bit more, and we actually make some pretty mad cash out of this particular hunting mission house. Look at all these readings that we're getting from some of our gadgets just within like the first and second rooms. So here we find another item. We find a blood clue. So we stick that on there and we decipher it through our Cryptonomicron. And we find out that we are dealing with a Kelpie if we choose to summon it and unleash it and take it on if we wanted to. But we're actually just here for the money. So we're gonna just keep scouting around and trying to build up our cash here. Okay, so we're gonna have to dodge 3 times here. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And also keep in mind that when that happens, that all of the doors will shut in the house that you have already breached or kicked open or shot open. So at this point I decided to leave the house because I thought that I had made enough cash, especially in this short amount of time in a particular hunting mission. And I also realized that I had forgotten to equip my new ninjutsu boots, which has happened to me quite a few times, especially when I buy new equipment or new armor and whatnot, and I've forgotten to equip that stuff. So don't forget to do that. If you sell an item and you had something equipped prior to buying a new item, don't forget to equip it. So look at all that money that we just earned from that short, a little over 4-minute mission. So we're going to go to the gun shop and we're going to pick up our SMG that we had our eyes on. Now, we're going to be able to pick up the 21C SMG, I believe, after we take down our first poltergeist in this run through. So we're going to head back to our safe house and put our 1 skill point that we had earned in that particular house to use. And here I'm just searching through the particular various skill trees and trying to decide on where to place that 1 skill point. I do decide on the marksman skill so that I can attach the various attachments to my new SMG. So we're going to go back to the gun shop and we're going to purchase some of those attachments. And I will say some of those attachments, they will definitely come in handy. My favorites are the iron sight, because that will help increase your reload speed. And I also think the red dot sight is pretty handy because it gives you that plus 9% critical hit percent chance towards critters. So that's gonna do it for our ninja playthrough video for today, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be safe, keep gaming, and I'll see you guys next time for our next video for our playthrough of our ninja class character. As always, please be safe, take care, and bye bye.